to India Today's Anisha Mathur standing by at the Supreme Court. And Anisha, this vacation bench, courtroom number 16, are we likely to get some kind of an order by evening itself? Because by 5 p.m., unless there is a response, the 16 rebels could be disqualified, is what the Uddhav Thackeray Sena camp MLAs and leaders seem to indicate.
Well, Gaurav, we'll have to wait and see how this plays out in the court. But yes, the argument from the Eknath Shinde camp will most certainly be pressing for an order today itself. They have in their petitions raised 3 points. One, that they cannot be disqualified. Two, that the appointment of the Deputy Speaker as well as the appointment of the leader of the House, the Shiv Sena Legislative Party leader, both are illegal. Thirdly, they have said that there needs to be a security given to the rebel MLAs because they are under threat. Now, for all of these three, because specifically their petition is also that the disqualification proceedings initiated against them are illegal and arbitrary exercise of power. They're saying that the government, the MVA, is using the Deputy Speaker's office illegally to pressurize them, even though they are in fact the majority of the elected members of the Shiv Sena. Now, of course, their attempt in the court is definitely going to be for an order today itself. And if you look at the precedents so far, Gaurav, be it the 1998 UP case to the latest Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Arunachal, every single time the Supreme Court has said one very basic thing, that the numbers game has to play out on the floor of the House, that a floor test is the only way to determine who is in power. As far as the status of these rebel MLAs are concerned, the Uddhav Thackeray faction, of course, Uddhav Sena, as you've been calling it, is making it very clear that these rebel MLAs are a splinter group. They cannot claim to be a legitimate breakaway group, and that they do not have any legitimacy to merge with any other political party or take any decisions. And therefore, the Uddhav Thackeray Sena, the Shiv Sena, is saying that disqualification proceedings against them will be conducted expeditiously, and the rebel MLAs do not have any leg to stand on. Now, that is something that will have to depend entirely on the numbers game. If the rebel faction, if the Eknath Shinde faction actually has two-third majority, then they can take those decisions and they will not be facing disqualification. But all of that will have to play out on the floor of the House. The Supreme Court will have to question all of these legal nuances to see who is in power, who can claim power, and whether what is being done by the Speaker and what is being done by the parties is being done in a legal manner.
As of now, Anisha, stay with me. The numbers as of now, where Polami is in Guwahati, there are 39 Shiv Sena MLAs there. But will this situation remain the same when voting is done, if at all, on the floor of the House, or when Sanjay Raut says Shiv Sainiks are on the streets, they're only waiting for one instruction? What does that mean? Polami, Mosmi, Anisha, stay with me for a moment. This war of words of the Shiv Sena, this talk of implosion, it's now turned into this mega legal face-off. The rebels have claimed they have the support of 2/3 of Shiv Sena MLAs and more. They say they are the real Shiv Sena. They are in effective control of the party. The Shiv Sena has hit back, saying that's clearly not true. We bring you this ground report.
After claims versus counterclaims, vandalism, threat, and open rivalry, the Shiv Sena implosion is getting uglier. Sena bleeding MLAs by each passing moment now eyes a full-fledged, multi-pronged counter-strike. Disqualification of rebels and a legal war to reclaim them. Shiv Sena, clearly lacking numbers, is lawyering up, challenging the 2/3 majority claim of Shinde camp, saying it is valid only if the group merges with another party, and aiming to disqualify them.
बहुत सारी मीडिया में ये चर्चा आ रही है कि हम लोगों के पास 2/3 है एंड देयरफॉर डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं लगता है. ये यू कैन आस्क any constitutional lawyer that this is totally wrong. the concept of two-third applies only if there is a merger.
We have initiated legal action against them, and accordingly the notices of disqualification have been served to some of the members. Around 16 members we have already served the notice.
Ally NCP and seasoned troubleshooter Sharad Pawar is standing in solidarity.
Mr. Uddhav Thackeray to take appropriate decision. They have unanimously taken decision. We fully support Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. So if this is happening, that means anybody might be trying to capture authority, but they will not succeed.
The Shinde camp has already drawn up its political strategy. After a hush-hush late-night meeting with BJP's Devendra Fadnavis, the Shinde Sena is bracing for a long haul in both assembly and in court with its own battery of lawyers. The Shinde faction questions any punitive move by Uddhav, pointing out that the CM is leading a minority government. The rebels, calling themselves the real Shiv Sena, are also for disqualification of Uddhav loyalist MLAs. An inkling of the rebels' future course came when Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari referred to them as Shiv Sena MLAs, while seeking security for them from State DGP. With Sahil Joshi in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.